Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Jake and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having an awesome day. Just a heads up real quick, I am recording this a day early, so if you see the prices in this video of the ETFs I'm about to talk about being a little different, that is why. It is actually my birthday on Saturday on the 19th, so I'm trying to get this done because I have some obligations I have to do on the 18th. Alright, with that being said, guys, today what I want to talk about is my 5 highest paying annual ETFs. So these are the ETFs that pay me most throughout an entire year. And that could be annually, monthly, or even quarterly as well. But I just want to go over the ones that are paying me the most, just so you can kind of see what ETFs I have. I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of ETFs, but I personally like them because you get a huge basket and it diversifies for you essentially. And anybody who doesn't know what an ETF is, it's an exchange traded fund. So that just means that you are basically asking them to, whoever they are, Vanguard, whatever, you'll see, to buy certain things for you, stocks, bonds, whatever it may be, and to invest for you. And that way you get a return based on the entire pot versus just a single stock, which could be more risky. ETFs can be safer, but they have costs and everything that are affected with that as well. Always do your own research, of course. But with that being said, guys, let's get into it. Alright, so first up here, guys, we have the VanEck Vectors Fallen Angel High Yield Bond. So I said that ETF sometimes deals bonds, and this is one of them. Let's go over this here quick. They finished their day at 30.11. I have one share for a total portfolio diversity of 0.28%. I have an average cost of $27.51, so that means I am up $2.60 or 9.45%. So Angel tracks again a market value weighted index of bonds that were rated investment grade and at insurance, but later downgraded to sub investment grade. So this is basically bonds that were good enough at one point and now are not quite good enough investment grade, but they get a bunch of them all in one. They do pay a dividend here of 5.03 according to Robinhood. Of course, double check that always. Robinhood is always a little bit off. And for me here, I've been getting paid dividend. It has been falling here. So as you see here, they pay every single month. July, August, it has been going down from 13.69, 13.4, and now 11.4. But it is very decent still for the price. It is 30.11, like I said, and you get 11 cents per share. So definitely a good one to look into. Then next up here, guys, we have PowerShares S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF. Now a lot of people will die by these guys, but I am not a ride or die type of person. Some people swear by SPHD, and some people are just completely off of it. I like it a lot, and we'll go over it here right now. It finished its day at 34.63. I have it at an average cost of 31.41. I have 4 of them. It is 1.27% of my portfolio. I have a total return of 12.90, which is 10.27%. SPHD tracks a dividend yield weighted index comprised of 50 least volatile names chosen from a short list of the S&P's 500's 75 highest dividend yielding securities. So what that means is basically they take that list of the top 75 dividend paying companies and they take 50 out of that are the lowest volatility. So in this one, you won't get a lot of movement, but you get the highest dividend yield out of those 75. As you see down here, I have 4 shares. They pay $14.97. Or I'm sorry, 0.1497, and for a total of 60 cents. So each share I get obviously pays, and these guys pay every single month as well. That's why a lot of people do like these guys. It did decrease slightly, and it has been, but it's nothing to be worried about with the whole Rona situation here. All right, on to the next. All right, next up we have iShares Trust, iShares Preferred, and Income Securities ETF. So these guys finished their day at 36.65. I have them at an average cost of 33.93. I do only own one of them currently, and they are 0.33% of my total portfolio. I have a total return of 272 for a total return of 8.02%. So PFF tracks an index of preferred stocks traded on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ securities, and NASDAQ. Securities are selected by rules-based proprietary methods and weighed by market value. So that's a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, but basically they have rules and they weigh their rules versus the market value, and that's how they determine which stocks they invest in. So they have a dividend yield of 0.38, and that yields me 16 cents per share. So one share is 16.02, so a little over 16, but 16 cents nonetheless. And again, these guys pay every single month, has been slightly decreasing, but nothing dramatic. So that is not, in my opinion, anything to be worried about as well. All right, next up here, guys, we have the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. Now, I'm a real big fan of Vanguard in general, so that you'll see that here. These are the big boys now. These guys came up, ended their day at 83.18. I have them at a cost of 79.85. I own one of them, and they are 0.76% of my portfolio. I have a total return of $3.33, which is 4.17%. So VYM tracks the FTSE High Dividend Yield Index. The index selects high dividend paying U.S. companies, excluding REITs, and weighs them by market cap. So as you see, guys, here they have a 3.56 yield, which is quite high. As you can see, one share equals 83 cents. So essentially for every dollar that you pay, you get a cent, which is actually a pretty decent return for anything, even including ETFs. But that is quite awesome as well. But yeah, I'm just a big fan of anything Vanguard pretty much makes. They have quality stuff here. So this is the biggest of boys, guys. This is the most expensive thing I own in my portfolio, actually. This is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. It is $308.78 to finish this day at. I have it for $299.94. I have one of them, and it's 2.82% of my portfolio. Total return of $8.84 or 2.95%. So the VOO tracks a market cap weight index of U.S. large and mid cap stocks selected by the S&P committee. So essentially it mirrors the S&P 500. So this is a good company to have if you track yourself the S&P 500. It has a 1.71 dividend yield. I have not been paid out by these guys yet for a dividend, but I did look it up, and they have a annual so a total what you would get paid over a year. They pay monthly, or I'm sorry, quarterly. What you would get paid out over a year is $5.34 from this one ETF. But I know it's not as good as VYM, but if you want to be exposed to the entirety of the S&P 500, this is the one to do. So look into it. That is the entirety of my list, guys. Thanks for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you guys learned anything from this, if you would give this video a like, subscribe if you are not. If you are going to check any of these out, let me know. If you have any other ETFs that you think I should look into, I'll leave them down below. I love ETFs personally. They are actually my biggest weight sector, if you could say. Anything, they're like 20% of my portfolio. But with that, guys, again, I recorded this a little early, so numbers might be a little bit different, but it is my birthday on Saturday, so wish me a happy birthday. That would be sweet. But with that, guys, I hope you're all being awesome, staying safe. Have a good one. Peace.